Good evening, everyone, especially to people of the UClean family who have joined us today. And as always, this is the most favorite day of entire year for me. As you all know, especially those who have been in the system for a very long time, they know that I am always a constant whenever we host the franchise awards. And every franchise awards that we have hosted till now, we have hosted online. And in keeping with that tradition, we are continuing to host this franchise award today online. And I'm super excited today to be your host as we celebrate what we have achieved over the last 12 months or so. And today's evening, uh, one thing that I would like to upfront say is that there were a lot of people from the UClean family, a lot of our franchise partners who deserve this award and much more. But obviously, there is only so much that we can do, and there is only a limited number of awards that we can give out. And that is why a lot of you might feel that you have missed out, but that in no sense or in no way you should feel that you have not achieved enough. What I'll do is over the next 1 hour or so, I'll be announcing the different categories and the winners in all the categories. So for every category, we have decided to felicitate four partners. So there will be the gold, silver, and bronze. And then there's a special mention for somebody who has worked hard enough but has not been able to get into the top three. I'll try to keep most of this conversation in English because there are some franchise partners who are not very fluent with Hindi. But please pardon me if every now and then I start talking in Hindi because that's my mother tongue and I tend to talk in Hindi a lot. Now, when I talk about the last 12 months or so, I would say this has been the most exciting 12 months since the start of UClean. As all of you know, UClean started its journey in 2017, January 17, 2017 to be precise, from a 200 square feet store in Vasant Kunj area of Delhi. For the first 1 year, we were more focused on developing stores in the Delhi NCR region. And franchising in its truest sense started in 2018 when we first franchised out in Hyderabad. And then the next couple of years were good. We started building our franchise base. We started partnering with franchise partners across the country. And then we all know that COVID happened. So for the next couple of years, there was zero franchising. So real franchising for UClean started 2022 onwards, and it has been a phenomenal journey ever since then. All thanks to you, our franchise partners. But the last 12 months in particular have been very, very impressive. I'll quickly share some achievements, some key pointers for the last 12 months before I officially start this awards evening. Uh, Congratulations to all of you. UClean crossed 2 million customers. So there are at least 2 million people globally, mostly in India, who have used the services of UClean at least once. And that's a big achievement for a D2C category, especially in the service industry. So in early this year, we crossed 2 million customers who have used the services of UClean at least once. But I would say what is even bigger is that despite having such a solid and large customer base, we have still managed to keep our customer delight rating on 4.5 plus. And all credit for that goes to you, to each one of you. I I love to say this, and I say this on all public platforms that every single franchise partner of UClean, every single team member of UClean, whether they are at the corporate team or in the store team, they suffer from what I call is the OCD, the obsessive customer delight. And that is the reason why we have been able to constantly keep our rating over 4.5 despite having grown so much. In fact, something very interesting because I'm talking about growth. My biggest strength, and a lot of when you ask my friends, you ask my family, you ask the UClean team, one of the biggest strength that they say I have is I have the memory of an elephant. So I am very good with remembering names. I can tell you which partner is from which store. But for the first time, in the last 8 years of UClean, I have not been able to recollect the name of a few franchise partners from different stores. So when we were finalizing the awards yesterday, and that's another story. So I'll get into it. There was a lot of fight, a lot of argument, different people trying to pitch their franchise partners before we finalized this awards list. And for the first time, I realized that there were some partners that I could absolutely not recall, and my apologies, my sincere apologies for that, because I take pride in knowing my partners, I take pride in knowing their names. But I think as a company, as a family, we have become so big that for the first time I was not able to recall the name of few franchise partners. When we were coming up with this list, it took us about couple of weeks. We did about 4 meetings where different team members talked about their franchise partners. When I kept pushing for franchise partners from North India, Ravi Shankar kept pushing for franchise partners from East, from West India. Ashish had his own candidates for South India. Ashutosh, of course, had a lot of inputs. And then there were team members like Mayank, who are also in regular interaction with a lot of you. So it took us, honestly speaking, from the initial list, we went down to about 150, then we came down to about 100 odd, then about 50 odd. So today we are going to recognize about 50 franchise partners. But I can tell you that this list could have easily been 150. But because of paucity of time, because of the fact that you cannot keep giving non-stop awards, we have tried to reduce the list to 50. But I would always say that these 50 are as good as another 100. So this is something that I'm very proud of. And another very interesting development is that in the last 12 months, 36 existing franchise partners opted for at least one more unit. So I always say that when you're building a franchising system, and and we are still far from perfect. We are also learning. You guys are teaching us a lot. We keep talking to each other. There are arguments, like it happens in every family. But I feel that when somebody who has already invested in your brand, when he goes on to invest again, that's the biggest validation that any franchise brand can have. So in the last 1 year, we had 36 franchise partners who decided to reinvest and start another unit of UClean. It happened in Bhopal, it happened in Noida, it happened in Bangalore, it happened across multiple cities of India, and which also shows that probably we are moving in the right direction. We are also now in more than 9 countries, so we are actually a 10-country brand today. And all this has happened in the last 12 months. So we are present in more than 10 countries of the world. We have expanded to 200 plus cities, and we are in close to 800 neighborhoods globally. And I would still say that we are still learning. The journey is still in its early days, but I am very confident that when we have partners like you hand holding us, guiding us, we will eventually become the biggest cleaning success story in the world. And then we all will be a part of it. We all will be celebrating. UClean Pathshala, the initiative that we started about a couple of years back, where we brought people from small towns and small villages and then trained them and then placed them at different stores of India. That program itself is now churning out about 20-25 people almost every month. But I understand this is still far from where it should be. The rate at which UClean is expanding, the rate at which your business is growing, I know that there's a massive demand for manpower coming from all parts of the country, all parts of the world. So we are already planning to double the size of our UClean Pathshala, the training center, so that we can increase the output. We can increase the number of people that are getting trained and then eventually getting placed at different stores of UClean. In fact, a lot of our team members are very proud, very happy, because for the first time we have trained people at UClean Pathshala, and we have been able to place them in international locations like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, which a lot of people coming from smaller parts of India, smaller towns of India want to get to. So these have been some major milestones that we have been able to unlock. We are now a proper multinational company. We have presence across the world. We have presence in more than 200 cities. But as always, the biggest measure that we have today is that despite this expansion, despite this rapid growth, we have managed to keep our customers intact. and the credit for that goes to all of you. So please give yourselves a pat on the back, applaud for yourself, and let's continue to keep raising the bar higher. Now I'll quickly jump into the awards because I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long. I hope you guys are able to see the presentation. That yeah, so the team members just confirmed that you're able to see the presentation. And before I dive into it, a heartfelt gratitude, thank you to all of you from the entire team at UClean for how you keep raising the bar, how you keep pushing our team, and how you keep winning your customers. I think that is absolutely fundamental to building a business anywhere in the world. Franchising is like a marriage. When you are signing up a franchisee of UClean, you're getting into a marriage with UClean. And like with every marriage, there are ups and downs, and this will keep happening. There will always be differences, but I think eventually what matters is that the end customer should not suffer. And this is something that each one of you has been able to achieve consistently every time without exception. So, thank you so much for holding the flag high. Thank you so much for owning your customers. Thank you so much for delighting your customers. And we are here because of you. So we'll be announcing 12 different categories in which we'll be awarding four different franchise partners. So all in all, there'll be 48 partners who will be getting felicitated. We will be then couriering your certificates and your trophies to you over the next 15 days. But before starting, once again, I would like to apologize to those of you who have not got an award today. But trust me, a lot of you were deserving of this award, but because there is a restriction of time, there is a limit on the number of awards, we have not been able to award you. But I'm very sure the kind of commitment, the kind of consistency that you're showing, you should be able to get there next year. So the first category is debutant. So debutant is someone whose store is less than about 12 months old. So debutant is someone जिसका store end of 2024 या 2025 में start हुआ है, and someone who is just learning the tricks of the trade, someone who's growing with the brand but is already creating ripples in the overall business industry. So the debutant category, the first award, the bronze in debutant of 2025 goes to Kharadi Pune. And this is a relatively new store. And today itself, I got to know from Ashish that our franchise partner, if I'm not wrong, Mr. Varad, Mr. Varad mentioned to Ashish that in the second month itself, he has been able to double the sales from the first month. And he was trying to sit with Ashish and figure out what has worked and what has not worked. And this is something that is what makes you special. This is, I would say, the true mark of an entrepreneur, where while you are celebrating the fact that आपके sales double हो गए 2 महीने में, but at the same time आप ये भी figure out करना चाह रहे हो कि क्या work कर रहा है, क्या work नहीं कर रहा है, so that you can double down your efforts on what works. So congratulations to Mr. Varad, owner of Kharadi Pune. The silver in this category of debutant goes to Vizag, Andhra Pradesh. And the franchise owner is Mr. Allen, somebody I have personally spoken to. In fact, Mr. Allen, while he is from Andhra Pradesh, we also share a hometown connection in Jamshedpur. So congratulations, Mr. Allen, and congratulations to the entire team at UClean Vizag. You completely deserve this award. And the gold in this category, so the biggest award in every category will be the gold, and the gold goes to UClean Select at Talwandi Kota. uh, Nikhil Malpani ji is the owner of this store. He comes from a business background, but he's a very astute businessman. In fact, in the entire last 12 months, because of paucity of time, this is the only launch that I could physically attend in India. And an absolutely beautiful, absolutely remarkable store. ये कोटा का probably सबसे बड़ा laundry store है, which is a UClean Select store where you have all the high-end machinery that can cater to both B2C and B2B. And Nikhil ji has already won the hearts of people of Kota, and the store is doing very well. Special mention in this category goes to Maligaon in Assam, a small village, not a very big town, but because of the hard work of our franchise partner, the store is already becoming the favorite of people living in Maligaon. And interesting thing is, who could have imagined? आज से 7 साल पहले, 5 साल पहले, 2 साल पहले कौन सोच सकता था कि मालीगांव जैसे छोटे टाउन में, छोटे गांव में भी लोग लॉन्ड्री एंड ड्राई क्लीनिंग कर सकेंगे? और ये आज पॉसिबल इसलिए हो रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ फ्रेंचाइज पार्टनर्स लाइक यू. Second category है marketeer, and ये this is a topic that was hotly debated because fortunately for us, a lot of you as franchise partners, as family members of UClean are excellent marketeers. In fact, हम while we have a marketing team, but हमें आपसे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, and that is why marketeer is one category where we had the maximum debate, and the bronze in the Marketeer 2025 category goes to Dindigul, Tamil Nadu. Again, not Chennai. This is not your tier one city. It's a tier two city. But the store is already doing phenomenally well because Mr. Ram Kumar, who's our franchise partner in Dindigul, he has done a fantastic job with his marketing efforts. The silver in the Marketeer 2025 category goes to Hingoli. Hingoli, again, I'm very sure, मैंने नहीं सुना था, so I'm very sure a lot of you would have never heard of Hingoli before. I was a very good geography student, but I am not embarrassed to admit that I had also never heard of Hingoli till Ashish ji approached us and he said that I want to take UClean to Hingoli and I want to go big. So he said कि मैं छोटा नहीं करूंगा, मैं हिंगोली में यूक्लीन सिलेक्ट लेके आऊंगा, सारी मशीन्स लाऊंगा, B2B B2C दोनों करूंगा और सब कुछ को मैं मार्केटिंग से सपोर्ट करूंगा so that I am able to win the hearts of all kinds of customers in Hingoli. So congratulations to Ashish ji for the silver and Marketeer 2025 category. The gold in this category, and this is an absolute gold, goes to UClean Select in Bilaspur. I'll be honest, UClean Select Bilaspur is one of the biggest laundries in the history of India, one of the biggest laundries that UClean has. This is one store that everyone should plan to visit. आपको मौका मिले तो आप बिलासपुर छत्तीसगढ़ जाएं एंड वहां पर वाजपेयी जी हैं जो हमारे फ्रेंचाइज पार्टनर हैं, उनका यूक्लीन सेलेक्ट स्टोर जरूर देखें. एब्सोल्युटली स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट स्टोर, 2000 स्क्वायर फीट से ऊपर है. बट वेरी इंटरेस्टिंगली वाजपेयी जी और उनके जो सन है युवराज, इन लोगों ने इतनी इंटरेस्टिंग मार्केटिंग कैंपेन्स चलाए हैं, लॉट ऑफ रील्स, लॉट ऑफ एआई दैट यू आर यूजिंग, and that is why UClean Select Bilaspur is already at the #1 position in marketing category. Special mention in this category goes to रेवाड़ी हरियाणा, जहां पर हमारे मुकेश यादव जी फ्रेंचाइजी हैं जो आर्मी बैकग्राउंड से आते हैं, और बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग मार्केटिंग. रेवाड़ी इज नॉट अ मेट्रो सिटी, स्मॉल सिटी हरियाणा में, जहां पर इनफैक्ट आप लोगों ने अगर नहीं सुना है तो he has created an amazing video, an amazing song which we are already unofficially calling the UClean anthem. तो इनफैक्ट आई विल रिक्वेस्ट ऑल टीम मेंबर्स ऑफ यूक्लीन कि हमें सारे ग्रुप्स पर यूक्लीन का एंथम शेयर करना चाहिए जो मुकेश यादव जी ने रेवाड़ी स्टोर के लिए क्रिएट किया था. ब्यूटीफुल एंथम फॉर यूक्लीन. थर्ड कैटेगरी सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट कैटेगरी बिकॉज वी आर बिकॉज ऑफ आवर कस्टमर्स, एंड आई टेल यू समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग is the number of complaints that we are receiving is actually decreasing. ये इंट्यूटिव नहीं साउंड करेगा बिकॉज आपका हमारा प्रेजेंस बढ़ रहा है, स्टोर्स बढ़ रहे हैं, तो कंप्लेंट्स बढ़ने चाहिए. बट वेरी इंटरेस्टिंगली जितने पुराने स्टोर होते जा रहे हैं उनका जो कंफर्ट लेवल है विद देयर कस्टमर्स, द कॉन्फिडेंस विद देयर कस्टमर्स इज सो गुड दैट आवर कस्टमर कंप्लेंट्स आर रिड्यूसिंग ऑलमोस्ट एवरी मंथ. I'll tell you something that you should be very proud of. So you know that there is a concept of consumer forum in India, that when a customer is absolutely frustrated, absolutely destroyed, he typically approaches the consumer forum and files a complaint. Can you imagine the number of consumer forum complaints that UClean received in the last 12 months? Three is the number of complaints. Yani ki 1 per every 4 months is the number of consumer forum complaints that UClean has received. We have more than 2 million customers who are using UClean services, and we got just 3 consumer forum complaints, which our legal team worked with the franchisees and managed to make sure that the complaints are dismissed. In fact, two of them were absolutely, I would say, pointless, but we had to respond because it's a consumer forum complaint. So I would say every one of you is here a winner because we are very good at customer delight. We suffer from OCD, and that is why every one of you is a winner. But if I had to pick the winners, this is the list. Bronze in this category goes to Jayanagar, Bangalore, जहाँ पर अनिला यादव जी is our franchise partner, amazing lady, a queen at delighting her customers. The silver in this category goes to उत्तरपारा कोलकाता, जहाँ पर हमारे फ्रेंचाइज पार्टनर आशीष जी हैं जो बहुत एक्टिव रहते हैं व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पर और मेक श्योर करते हैं कि जब भी उनकी टीम कोई अच्छा रेटिंग लेकर आए उनको सेलिब्रेट करें, पूरे ग्रुप पर शेयर करें एंड पूरे ग्रुप को एनकरेज करें कि दे encourage his team. So silver in this category goes to Uttarpara, Kolkata, and gold in this category goes to Srinagar, Hyderpura store, जहां पर हमारे फ्रेंचाइज पार्टनर नावीद जी हैं जिन्होंने श्रीनगर का पूरा दिल जीत लिया है with his excellent service and with his acute focus on customer delight. Special mention in this category goes to Delhi's Rajendra Nagar, जहां पर Kiran ma'am and her team have always been champions of customer delight. The next category is ये भी एक ऐसी category है which we have been promoting for the last couple of years. ये category original awards में नहीं थी, but seeing the efforts and the amount of dedication a lot of our franchise partners put in creating the stores, we specially created this category a couple of years back. And again, a very interesting category because a lot of your stores are very beautiful. But if I had to pick the top three, the bronze goes to Hiranandani Meadows in Thane, where Badalji and Purviji, our franchise partners, have created a very beautiful store. I'm very sure everybody gets a chance to go to Mumbai very often. So if you get the chance, go and visit. Hiranandani Meadows is one of the most premium areas within Thane, within Mumbai, and our store is the best representation that you could have in Thane. The silver in this category goes to Moga Punjab. Our franchise partner in Moga Punjab has a very strong background in franchising. इनके मल्टीपल फ्रेंचाइज बिजनेसेस हैं एंड इन्होंने अपना पूरा बिजनेस ही फ्रेंचाइजिंग पर बिल्ड किया है एंड ही अंडरस्टैंड्स दैट जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So that is why he made sure that while his store is located on the highway, it should look a very beautiful and a very attractive store. So silver in this category goes to Moga Punjab, and the gold in the category goes to our store in Cornish in Abu Dhabi. And it's such an amazing store. The location is as good as it can be. While the store is not very big, it's around 400 square feet in size. But the way our franchise partner, Mr. Ahmed and Ms. Safia, have created this store, it's a very neat and clean store, very attractive, visible from a very long distance. And that is why they are fully deserving of the most beautiful store in the UClean system for 2024-25, Cornish, Abu Dhabi. And special mention in this category goes to Madhavaram, Chennai, where Mr. Bharani has created a beautiful store. The next category now, so when we're talking about franchise of the year, this is a holistic award. So somebody who has done phenomenally well in terms of marketing, in terms of operations, in terms of upkeep of the store. So this award, in that sense, recognizes the leaders. And इसमें भी while we have divided the awards between north, south, west, east and northeast, एक eventual award is also called the franchise of the winner, which is like a champion of all the champions. So franchise of the year for North India for a consistently excellent performance over the last few years goes to Panchkula Select Haryana. This is a relatively new store. Mr. Barar is the owner of the store, and this is a select store. And Mr. Barar is again a very seasoned businessman. He has a Raymond showroom. He has multiple other businesses. And that's when he approached us, he said that when I want to do something, I will want to do something very big. And that is why Panchkula Select is a fantastic store, both in terms of the look and feel and in terms of how he has started handling the operations. The silver in this category goes to Shastri Nagar, Kanpur, जहाँ पर ममता रूपानी जी हमारी franchise partner हैं, and she has maintained an excellent customer retention record. She is someone who is extremely compliant, make sure that everything is in order, and make sure that she is able to honor timelines that she is committing. So that is why in Kanpur, UClean has become very, very popular, and Mamta Rupani ji is like the brand ambassador for UClean Kanpur. The gold in this category, franchise of the year North India, goes to Shahpur Jat in Delhi, जहाँ पर प्रणीत जी हैं जो multiple stores of UClean चलाते हैं. Praneet ji has been a part of this system for 5 years, if I'm not wrong. He is owner of multiple UClean stores in South Delhi, but uh, his achievement is much beyond this. So he's also our sounding board. Whenever we need some feedback for technology, we need feedback for marketing, we need feedback for operations, Praneet ji is our go-to person. अगर हमें किसी ऐप को टेस्ट करवाना है लॉन्च के पहले, Praneet ji is our go-to person. If we need to discuss marketing ideas, we need to discuss operations idea, Praneet ji is our go-to person. So gold for the North India, the best franchisee of the year, goes to Shahpur Jat, Delhi, and very, very well led by Mr. Praneet. Special mention in this category goes to Vidyadhar Nagar in Jaipur, where Ujjwal ji is our franchise partner. And while Jaipur is another city that a lot of you should look at, we have multiple stores. I think we cover almost every pin code in Jaipur, and a lot of the stores are doing very well. But amongst all the stores, the performance of Vidyadhar Nagar Jaipur stands out. Then now we move to the West India. So franchisee of the year, West India, the bronze goes to Bhandup, Mumbai, where Yashwant ji and Sharmila ji are our franchise partners. That store has been around for some time, and I don't even know if Yashwant ji and Sharmila ji know, but I studied at Bombay, I studied at IIT Bombay, and a lot of my friends and seniors are actually living in the Bhandup area, and a lot of them are regular customers of UClean. So मुझे भी नहीं पता था. They reached out to us telling me their feedback that they are very happy with Bhandup Mumbai, and that is why deserving of the bronze medal in this category is UClean Bhandup. The silver in this category goes to Thane West, Maharashtra, where Zuhair ji is our franchise partner. Someone who has understood this business very quickly while he's a doctor, but he understood how the business works. He understood how we can delight our customers, and that is why this is one store that has progressed very, very fast in the system. The gold in this category, franchisee of the year, West India, goes to Porvorim, Goa, where Prateek Tar is our franchise partner. And interestingly, Prateek ji had to change his location. So he started in Porvorim at one location, he had to move to a different location. But the speed at which he has been able to move and the way he's been able to handle his customers, manage the location change is phenomenal. So gold So gold in this category deservingly goes to UClean Porvorim, Goa, and special mention for Akola. Akola is a small town in Maharashtra, and our franchise partner there is Mr. Raj Ratna Ambore. Raj Ratna ji ने सबसे पहले मुझे ही LinkedIn पे reach out किया था, and then he actually visited our office to have a discussion. And what I liked about him is he's a very young guy. If I'm not wrong, he's in his 20s, but he has a very infectious enthusiasm and a very optimistic guy. And he was very convinced that this is a business that he wants to get into. So special mention for Rajratna ji and for UClean Akola. Third category is franchisee of the year for South India. And in this category, the bronze goes to Karnool, Andhra Pradesh. Uh, Absolutely amazing, one of the most compliant stores in the system, a store that has been the biggest brand ambassador for UClean in entire Andhra Pradesh. A very, very structured team. They are part of a much bigger group, and UClean Karnool is actually part of one of the biggest hotels in Karnool, जिनके ground floor पे UClean Karnool का store है, and it's run by a very professional pack of people, and that is why they fully deserve the bronze in franchise of the year South category. Silver goes to Pondicherry, again a store that has been in the system for more than a year, again run by a doctor, but the doctor knows how to not only delight his patients, he also knows how to delight his laundry customers. So silver in this category goes to UClean Pondicherry, and the gold for South India goes to Anna Nagar West in Chennai, where our franchise partners keep hopping between the Middle East and Chennai. But despite all their extensive travel schedule, despite the fact that they're not always there in Chennai, they have managed to keep their customer delight rating very high. They make sure that they are aggressively doing the marketing, and very importantly, they are very focused in customer retention. So gold in this category goes to Mr. Reddy, who is the owner of UClean Anna Nagar West in Chennai, which is one of the best performing stores in South India. Special mention in this category goes to a relatively newer store. Mr. Trevor Rodriguez is the owner of UClean Kodathi, Bangalore. Another very good example of how to win your customers and how to become a brand ambassador for your brand. Next category is Franchisee of the Year for East India and Northeast India. Uh, Here, the bronze in this category goes to Bhagalpur, Bihar, where our franchise partner is Abhinav Ji. Someone who is very active, very aggressive, always talking on the group, always connecting with his team, and making sure that he gets the job done. He already, again, he's someone who is a serial franchisee. इनके पास multiple franchise businesses हैं, and UClean के through इन्होंने भागलपुर में UClean को already भागलपुर का favorite बनाया हुआ है. So for that, he fully deserves the bronze in the Franchisee of the Year East and Northeast India category. Silver in this category goes to Mr. Krishnananda, who is running UClean Wankhei Imphal. But Krishnananda ji is also the master franchise for Manipur. So Manipur में कृष्णानंदा जी ने सिर्फ अपने स्टोर को प्रॉफिटेबल या सक्सेसफुल नहीं बनाया है. He also works very closely with other franchise partners in Manipur. He guides them, he handholds them, and that is why he is fully deserving of the silver in Northeast category for Franchisee of the Year. गोल्ड इन दिस कैटेगरी गोज टू भाटागांव रायपुर, जहां पर हमारे फ्रेंचाइज पार्टनर आशीष चंदेल जी हैं. A very aggressive, very active, very proactive guy who has been fully involved in the business right from the beginning. Like a lot of other franchise partners, इनके multiple businesses हैं, but he makes sure that despite his different business interest, he does not lose interest in UClean. And that is why UClean in Bhatagaon, Raipur is doing phenomenally well in terms of sales, marketing, and operations. Special mention goes to Joka, another example of a couple franchisee where husband and wife are both very actively involved and running the business. And that is why a special mention, special shout out to UClean Joka Kolkata. Now we are talking about the master franchisee, and master franchisee category becomes especially interesting in the last 12 months because we have expanded a lot internationally. And a lot of expansion is through the master franchise route. For those of you who do not know, master franchise is someone who takes the rights for an entire territory, a country, a state, a city, and then works with the brand on building that territory through their own stores and sub franchise stores. And in the last 1 year itself, we have added about 9 master franchisees. So that is why suddenly this category has become extremely competitive. So in this category, the bronze goes to Tamil Nadu. Our master franchise partner Swaminathan ji and his entire team have been working very closely with the UClean team to make sure that we are able to sustainably and quickly scale UClean in Tamil Nadu. The silver in this category goes to UClean Sri Lanka. Our master franchise partners, Mr. Jayathas and Mr. Romesh Lin, two of the most, I would say, naturally aggressive people that I have met. Two people who literally right now are eating, sleeping, drinking, thinking UClean. And that is the reason why a lot of people do not even know that we signed up Sri Lanka only about 3 months back or 4 months back. We already have 5 sub franchisees in Sri Lanka. And when you naturally think of Sri Lanka, you only know Colombo. But what you would realize is that UClean is expanding in Sri Lanka beyond Colombo. We are already there in Negombo. We are expanding to Batikulau and a lot of other cities where Mr. Jayathas and Mr. Romesh Lin are leading our campaign. So silver for the master franchise of the year goes to UClean Sri Lanka, and the gold goes to UClean UAE, our master franchise partners in United Arab Emirates. And so the UAE master franchise partners are actually a consortium of multiple groups. So different businesses have come together to create a single company who have taken the master franchise rights for the entire UAE for UClean. And they are very well led by Mr. Riaz Ahmed, who is the face of the master franchise, one of the most patient, most articulate people that you will meet. He already runs multiple other businesses, including a fantastic ice cream business in UAE. But he has taken to laundry like a fish takes to water. So, because of his leadership, we have been able to very quickly grow our presence in Dubai as well as Abu Dhabi. And I am very confident that UAE would become one of the biggest territories for UClean after India in the next couple of years. Special mention in this category goes to two people who are really my favorite, Northeast India, Neeluji and Prasantaji, who have been with us for 7 years now, 6 years. They took the master franchise, they completed their tenure, they renewed the master franchise. And while they have been going through some difficult uh, times on the personal front due to health issues with parents and with their family, but they make sure that they're available for their franchise partners and they make sure that they continue building the territory. So hats off to you, Niluji and Prasantaji. You have traditionally been the winners of this award, I think 4 or 5 times, but this time the competition has become tougher. But I'm very sure that next year you guys would again be on the podium. Now, this is a new category where we would have liked to introduce, which is leader of the year. Now, till now we have been recognizing stores and franchisees, but what we have realized is that some of our franchise partners have actually gone beyond just being a franchisee. So some of them have become truly become leaders. They have truly become the voice of UClean, the brand ambassadors of UClean. Wherever they go, they talk UClean, they think UClean, they publicize UClean. And that is why we felt that we need a special category to give a shout out to these amazing leaders who are building UClean like brand ambassadors, who are building UClean as if they own the brand. So hats off to a lot of you who have been doing this job phenomenally well over the last 12 months. But if I had to recognize the top 4 people in the leader of the year category, the bronze goes to our franchise partner in Sri Lanka, Disney Fernando, who has started a store in Negombo in Sri Lanka around 3 months back. And while we have been in conversation with Disney for almost 6 months, but what was most inspiring was one, his understanding of the local population, because he's a seasoned businessman. He knew what people in Negombo are looking for. Second, the speed at which he works. So he's one guy, if you work with Disney, you would realize that he's one guy who can make you underconfident and who can intimidate you very easily because he's a very fast mover. So that is why it took us also some time to keep pace with him, to learn from him. But he's someone who has been holding the flag high for UClean in Sri Lanka from the day he came on board. So bronze in this category goes to Disney Fernando from Negombo, Sri Lanka. The silver in this category goes to Ravish Devanganji, Amanaka Raipur se. He is the brand ambassador that you can ask for. You, अगर आपने देखा नहीं है तो आपको रवीश जी के रील्स देखने चाहिए. He is someone who produces so many reels for UClean, and he is someone who is not afraid of doing the dirty work. वो लॉन्ड्री करते हुए रील्स बनाते हैं, शू क्लीनिंग करते हुए रील्स बनाते हैं, प्रमोट करते हुए रील्स बनाते हैं. One of the most fantastic marketeers that have joined the UClean system, and Ravish ji is fully deserving of the silver in the leader category. The gold in the leader of the year category goes to someone who is very young, someone who is absolutely phenomenal, someone who comes from a territory that is generally not very popular, that people are generally afraid of, and that is Somalia. So Osman Mursal is a I think he's hardly 28, 29, and when he approached us initially, we were also afraid. because Somalia is not a country that people typically want to go to. Somalia has a bad history, has a bad reputation, but Osman took a lot of efforts to convince us that there is one part of Somalia that is shown in the media, but what is not shown is the tremendous opportunity that is there. So Osman convinced us, visited us in India, got trained by us, and he took the master franchise rights for entire Somalia and is now wanting to extend it to other countries. So he's a winner of multiple entrepreneur related events in Africa. He's someone who has been participating in many events, creating awareness for UClean in Somalia even before UClean goes live there. So gold for leader of the year for UClean goes to Osman Mursal, our master franchise for Somalia. And a special shout out to Chetan Gurandeji, who is a franchise partner in Nashik. Recently इन्होंने join किया है, but there is a video. It is also there on the UClean YouTube handle. आपको वो जरूर देखना चाहिए, जहां पर इन्होंने इतने इंटरेस्टिंग तरीके से यूक्लीन को बीएनआई के एक सेशन में प्रोड्यूस किया है, हमने कभी सोचा भी नहीं था. So that is something, a very strong recommendation, that if you get the chance, please go to the UClean YouTube handle and watch the latest video there, where you will see how in 5 minutes Chetan Gurandeji has presented the proposition of UClean to the members of BNI. Mind blowing. Torchbearer is someone, this is one category where we focus on people who have been constantly promoting UClean silently, loudly, and they have been in the system for many, many years. So these are genuinely the people who have held the flag high, who bear the torch for UClean. And here I would like to point out that there are some franchisees who have already received this award multiple times in the past. So that is why we have not included them this time today, because they've already got this award and they continue to be the torch bearers of UClean, the biggest spokespeople of UClean. So that is why, again, giving them the same award would have not made sense. So we have selected new franchise partners this time who have been torch bearers for UClean for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And I'm sure अगर आप उनके ब्लड का टेस्ट करेंगे तो उनके खून में भी लॉन्ड्री बहती होगी. So the bronze in this category goes to Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh, where Dr. Anna Bamin and her husband have been bearing the flag of UClean for more than 5 years now. And I would give them a lot of credit. In fact, before they started UClean in Itanagar, the laundry industry did not even exist. They decided to take a bet, and they did not just take a bet, they actually invested in UClean Select. So they have a very big setup on 1,000 square feet where they do both B2B and B2C. And they've actually created the laundry revolution in Arunachal Pradesh. पूरे अरुणाचल में इनके पहले laundry exist ही नहीं करती थी. You only had the local dhobis. Now literally every single brand is there. UClean is the biggest laundry brand in Arunachal Pradesh, and we are present in some very, very small cities. But all started from Itanagar, all started from Dr. Anna Mamin and her husband. So bronze in the torch bearer category goes to Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh. The silver goes to Talital, Nainital. Another fantastic example of how two hardworking guys, very young guys, can turn things around. And Tanmayji and Manikanji, who are our franchise partners in Talital, Nainital, thank you so much for creating the laundry revolution for entire Uttarakhand. The gold in this category goes to Alwar, Rajasthan, जहां पर मनीष सिंघानिया जी, जो ट्रेडिशनली बहुत डिफरेंट बिजनेस से आते हैं, जिनके पेरेंट्स ने, जिनके फैमिली ने शुरू में काफी अपोज किया था कि लॉन्ड्री जैसे बिजनेस में नहीं आना चाहिए, देयर इज अ स्टिग्मा एसोसिएटेड विद इट, बट डिस्पाइट ऑल द ऑपोजिशन he decided that this is one business he wants to get into, and look at the way he has turned it around. So gold in this category goes to Manish Singhania ji, Alwar, Rajasthan ke, and he always says that आप अलवर में एक बार आ जाओ और आप पूछो सिंघानिया कहाँ रहते हैं, वो आपको UClean लेके आएंगे. So thank you so much Manish ji for holding the flag high for UClean always and always. Special mention, special shout out to Bhatson Road, Patiala. One of my favorite people, हरविंदर जी ने पंजाब में पहला UClean स्टार्ट किया था, आज से करीब 7-6 साल पहले, ऑलमोस्ट 7 years होने वाले हैं. जनवरी 2019 में स्टार्ट हुआ था. आई रिमेंबर बिकॉज This was one of our first tours, in fact, first tour for Punjab. And he has been there supporting UClean. The store has been there winning the hearts of people of Patiala. Now, this is the biggest award, absolutely the biggest award. This is what I call Champion of the Champions Award. So, Franchise of the Year. So, somebody who has done phenomenally well over the last 12 months, somebody who has won the hearts of people in their territory, in their region, somebody who has been very supportive of UClean as a brand, somebody who's a perfect brand ambassador, somebody who's always giving us very valuable feedback so that we can continue to improve. So I would always say thank you to a lot of our you franchise partners, because amongst the various things you do, the most important thing is when you give us a valuable and tangible feedback that helps us improve our systems. And this award recognizes the top of the top. So in this category, the last category, the most important category before we conclude the awards evening, is Franchisee of the Year. The last 12 months, the best possible people, the best possible stores. The bronze in this category goes to Haridwar, Uttarakhand, where Chandrasekhar ji is our franchise partner. He started with one store. He started with a UClean Select store before he started a second store. And he has done all this in about 1.5 years. A very committed, very diligent person who understands Haridwar inside out, who understands the business of Haridwar, who is literally related to every second person in Haridwar. आप हरिद्वार जाएंगे, आप किसी से पूछेंगे चंद्रशेखर जी कहाँ हैं या यूक्लीन कहाँ पर है, वो आपको बता सकता है. So bronze for franchisee of the year goes to Haridwar, Uttarakhand. Silver in franchisee of the year, the most important award, goes to Gaur City, Greater Noida. Another example of a franchise partner who started with one store, and today the franchise owners of Gaur City have 3 different stores. मैं तीनों स्टोर का नाम लिख सकता था, but because इन्होंने स्टार्ट किया था गौर सिटी ग्रेटर नोएडा से, that is why we are calling them UClean Gaur City, Greater Noida. But this award goes out to all the 3 stores that you currently own. So congratulations, nobody better, Ankurji, than you guys to own the award silver in the franchisee of the year category. The gold, the most and the biggest award in this entire evening, the biggest brand ambassador for UClean, the biggest customer delight champion for UClean, the operations perfectionist, the marketing king, the most important award, gold in the franchisee of the year category, goes to Sodhpur, Kolkata. Another example of someone who has multiple stores. So while we are calling them UClean Sodhpur, Kolkata, they also have a second store in Dunlop, which is again a part of Kolkata. And Ayan Biswas ji and his team are absolutely the kind of people that you would want to work with. Extremely focused, extremely analytical, understand their business inside out, are willing to give you positive, concrete feedback. And these are people who are champions at winning the heart of their customers. So the gold in this category, the most important category, franchisee of the year, goes to Ayan Biswas sir and his team from UClean Sodhpur and UClean Dunlop, Kolkata. And a special mention, special shout out to Kunnur, Tamil Nadu, a relatively new store, but someone who has learned the tricks of the trade very quickly, somebody who is doing very well, somebody who is very positive, very optimistic, and someone who deserves to be here. So this is the biggest award, and with this we conclude the franchise award evening well in time. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. We will continue to invite feedback, we'll continue to keep talking to you, and we will continue to build and grow this together as a family. And as a lot of people have requested, we will also try to ensure that the 10th anniversary is something which is offline where we can all come together. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Congratulations to all the winners. You have done a phenomenal job. And for those of you who missed out, I'm sure you are also very close to winning the award. So better luck next time, and let's hope you're there on the podium. Thank you. Thank you so much.